three core things that people should be doing before they start their budgeting process. Joe, where would you start, and what would those three things be?
First one, governance, and I'm always going to come back to this. I think one of the biggest things, one of the biggest gaps, most prevalent gaps that I run into every time I speak to a client is that there's no governance, right? There's some policies that might be sitting somewhere from 3 years ago, but nobody's looked at them, nobody's approved them, and they're not published. Yeah, we need to start enforcing some things, right? Because we could talk all day about what needs to be implemented from a technical perspective and a solutioning and tooling perspective, and from a practice perspective as well. But if you can't enforce that, right? If people can't sign off on that, if they can't be held accountable for not following those practices, what's the point? So governance, inventory, like I said before, taking an inventory of what is currently exists in your environment. You might be surprised at some of the solutions that you went and panic bought, and they're not being managed, or they're not properly configured, or they're set to default configurations, right? Drives me up a wall, default configurations, but it happens more often than not. Inventory. And the third thing, and this is probably just a bias from being a compliance consultant, is understanding what you might even need to comply with, right? That's going to help you select that security framework and security roadmap. And then you could start building from that perspective, right? If you process credit card information, guess what? PCI DSS, right? And that's, things like that. Those are the kind of things that I think most security leaders, most compliance officers, IT folks probably need to get their heads around, right? If it's not already implemented, if you're not already getting hounded with that kind of paperwork, then that's something that you should probably start thinking about today.